Hey there guys, welcome back to Pokemon Go. Today I am going to be once again using a lucky egg and attempting to basically get as much experience as I possibly can in the space of half an hour. This is actually going to be my second video of this sort. You might not have seen the previous one. Basically, I started off with a lot of Pokemon ready to be evolved, and I evolved them as many as possible in the space of half an hour. And before I started that process, I think I was level 18 or level 17. By the end of the process, I got 72,000 experience, and I jumped straight up 2 levels all the way up to, I think it was level 20, or it possibly might have been 21. On top of that, my strongest Pokemon before I did it was a 700 CP Hypno, and after doing it, I had Pyro here, which is my 1105 Flareon. And pretty much the rest of these guys too, although a couple of them are new. I think the Golbat there is new, that I've got that since the previous video I made. Also got that new Hypno, which is my current strongest Pokemon. This video I'm intending to be kind of the exact same thing. I have a bunch of Pokemon ready to be evolved. I actually have 93 Pokemon ready to be evolved, and I'll explain why I won't be able to do all of that in just a moment. Once again, I'm hoping that for me personally in this game, in my playthrough, this is going to be a huge leap forward. I'm going to have a lot of new Pokemon to kind of bring out. If I can once again get it so that my most powerful Pokemon is about 300 CP higher than my previous most powerful Pokemon, that I'll consider that a pretty big success. That'll be a pretty big leap forward for me in terms of my gameplay. So basically what this video is going to be is I'm going to start evolving some of my Pokemon, with particular emphasis on the ones that I'm really looking forward to, and I'll explain why that is. And then once we kind of get through the interesting ones, I'm going to basically make a massive time lapse. I'm going to show you the evolution of as many Pokemon as I can possibly do, and at the end of the video I'll do a quick catching up session just to say what I've achieved. So basically, it's kind of like a Let's Play thing. It's just me showing you my game. I want to get hyped up about this. I'm really pleased with how this is going at the moment. Had a really great day today, just catching a lot of Pokemon out and about in the town. And I'm looking forward to some of the stuff that's going to happen. So let me show you what I'm going to be evolving today. I've got them all listed here in my favorites. I've got this Slowpoke here, which is very high CP, to me at least. I mean, obviously some people have a lot higher than that, but for me, that's pretty high CP. That's I think that's going to go to a higher level than any Pokemon that I've previously had. But that's not particularly interesting. I've had a Slowbro before, so it's no biggie really. But I do have some really cool things to evolve. One of them is Magnus here, which is my Geodude. The reason I'm looking forward to evolving Magnus is because Magnus is, I think it's my only Pokemon that has absolutely perfect IVs. It's 100% perfect. It's as strong as a Geodude can possibly be, or it will be once I've finished leveling it up. Which means it will evolve into the strongest possible Golem as well. So that's going to be really cool. Without a doubt though, my personal highlight here is going to be my Magikarp. I finally finished with a big grind to get those 400 Magikarp candies. This thing has, I think it's 91% perfect IVs, so that's why I've chosen to evolve this particular Magikarp. Really looking forward to getting this thing up. I haven't added Gyarados yet. It's going to be really awesome. I just really hope it won't have Twister as its special move, but even if it does, it's still a Gyarados. It's still a big step up for me. I think that's going to be really cool. Alright, so basically, if you don't know, it takes about 25 seconds to evolve a Pokemon. So if you want to, every Pokemon you evolve normally gives you 500 XP, but if you have a lucky egg activated, it will give you 1000 XP instead. Since it takes about 25 seconds to evolve every Pokemon, and you have about half an hour to evolve as many Pokemon as possible, I think the absolute max number of Pokemon you're going to get evolved is 72, which is going to be around 72,000 experience overall. Realistically, it probably wouldn't be quite that many. And that's, last time in my last video, I think I got about 73,000 overall. This time I'm aiming for a similar kind of number, just trying to get as many Pokemon up as possible in that time, with particular emphasis on these main ones here, which I'm actually more interested in to see what they become, in terms of like CP and stuff. So yeah, it's normally around 72,000 is what you're going to be aiming for. You probably won't get that, but in my particular case, I'm hoping it'll be slightly higher than usual, just because I've never before had a Poliwrath, I've never before had a Gyarados, I've never before had a Seadra, So each one of these things, obviously once you encounter a new Pokemon for your Pokedex, you normally get 500 bonus experience, but once you have the Lucky Egg activated, you can actually get 1000 instead of that because it's doubled. So there's potentially I could go as high as 75,000 experience-ish if I'm extremely lucky and I do this extremely efficiently, which is pretty unlikely. But yeah, the bulk of the video is just going to be me evolving all these things bit by bit, and I'm going to time-lapse most of it, so I hope you guys are into that kind of thing. I'm aware it's a bit of an odd video, so I'm not entirely sure how to kind of present it to you guys, but it's basically kind of like a Let's Play thing. So, the main thing I want to evolve is my Magikarp here. That's going to be the first thing I evolve, and then after that we'll kind of go through a couple of the more interesting ones, and then just kind of speed through it all. So in total I have about 93 Pokemon ready to evolve. I've made a list of them actually. Obviously I do have to pick the 70 or so that I'm most likely to want to evolve now. I have 1 Squirtle, 3 Caterpie, 10 Weedles, 1 Kakuna, which is going to come from the Weedle, 40 Pidgeys, 14 Rattatas, 2 Spearows, 2 Zubats, 2 Psyducks, 1 Poliwag, which will evolve into a Poliwhirl, which I can then evolve into a Poliwrath, the Geodude, Slowpoke, 1 Ghastly, 5 Drowsy, 2 Krabby, 1 Horsey, 2 Staryu, and 1 Magikarp, 2 Eevees, and also 1 Dratini. So, 2 of the ones that I'm definitely not going to be evolving are my Squirtle and my Dratini, just because I fear that I might be wasting a lot of candies evolving those when I could potentially get one with better IVs later on. So I'm probably just going to be evolving the main stuff first, and then moving on to the Pidgeys and the Rattatas just to kind of fill the time. Anyway, I think I've kind of covered the bulk of what I wanted to say about that. I'll just quickly activate the Lucky Egg. I'll evolve the Gyarados just to see what we get. I can't spend too long looking over it and getting excited about how good it is, or not so good as the case may be. And yeah, we'll just get on with it after that. Alright, so here we go. Lucky Egg. Gotta be really quick about this. Alright, I just gotta make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I think it's okay. The time now is 17 past midnight. I need to be finishing up evolving things around, just to play it safe, I'm gonna say around 49 past midnight. That's probably safe. Alright, so here we go. Lucky Egg is now activated. Yep, okay, good. Alright, first things first, let's evolve the Magikarp. If it loads. Oh, good. Okay, here we go. Leviathan is about to become something actually worthy of the name. So, I have no idea how strong this is going to be. It has quite high IVs for a Magikarp, hence why I'm choosing to evolve this particular one, as I think I mentioned earlier. This is going to be new to the Pokedex, so it will be 1,000 bonus experience on top of the 1,000 I'll already get just for evolving something. And let's see how strong it is. From 141 CP to 1,518. Cool. Oh shit, it has Twister. Fuck. Okay. Carry on. Right, you can go up next. Oh, it has Twister. That sucks. That's never mind. I have a Gyarados. That's great, and it's already like 400 CP higher than anything I've previously had, so can't really complain. This thing should be pretty strong too. It's I'm not sure. 1,300 is going to be my guess. 1,300-ish. That would be nice. I like that. 1,473. Holy crap. Well, at least one thing's good. Magnus, you can go up next. Make me proud. Be the ultimate Graveler. Strongest possible Graveler. And one day, hopefully, I will get the strongest possible Golem. Right, what are the other things that I want to evolve that are actually going to be particularly interesting? I have a Horsey. It's going to go up into a Seadra. That would be completely new, but probably not super interesting. So I think I've covered the main things. I think the other things aren't going to be quite as powerful as these ones. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to speed up the video, and I'll catch up with you guys later on. I hope you enjoy the time-lapse. Well, it's now 10 to 1, which means it has now been over half an hour since the lucky egg activated. And that was very interesting. Some definite surprises for me there. Some negative surprises, some positive surprises. What was a real surprise was right at the start of the time lapse. You might have noticed I evolved a Vaporeon, which is new to me. And I knew Vaporeon was strong, but I really didn't expect my Vaporeon to be significantly stronger than even my Gyarados. It really was. It was right up there. I think it's 1,600. Yeah, 1,665. That's my new strongest Pokemon. And it really is quite far ahead of the Gyarados, which is not actually that far ahead of the Slowbro, which is a similar kind of level to the Poliwrath, which is also completely new to my Pokedex. And then there's kind of a large gap down to the two Golducks. Then there's a few Hypnos, and it's only right here, right at the end of the first page, that you see my Hypno there, which was my previous strongest Pokemon. So I've definitely got a whole new team now, which is absolutely wonderful news. Anyway, though, the real interesting thing I think is going to be to see what kind of experience points I've gained. Probably not enough, yeah, not quite enough to go up to the next level, but I did get 74,000. So that goes to show just how much you can gain. I've gone up from being right at the start of this level to being towards the end now. Very, very close to level 23, which should be awesome. But yeah, a couple of disappointments there, to be honest. A couple of the Pokemon just really didn't kind of level up to the extent that I was hoping they would. I did have this extremely strong Spearow with, I think it was in the top 12% of Spearows in terms of IVs. And I was hoping it would go up to at least 1,000 when it evolved into Fearow. But Fearow is unfortunately really weak. It didn't even cross the 1,000 mark. It wouldn't even have been particularly impressive. Even if I had evolved it back before I had all of these really strong Pokemon, it still wouldn't have been my best. It still would have been significantly below Acrobat, my Hypno. And another disappointment was the two Golbats that I evolved. One of them, the two Golbats, yeah, from the Zubats, and I expected them to at least be stronger than this Golbat I already had, the 1072 Golbat Yap. I expected them to be stronger than that. One of them did come out of an egg. Yap I actually caught in the wild. So I normally expect things that I evolve to kind of turn out stronger than those, but unfortunately that did not happen in this case. Nonetheless, though, I can't really complain. I've got a lot of interesting Pokemon here. Even the Jolteon's pretty interesting, just because Jolteon's normally substantially weaker than Vaporeon and Flareon, particularly Vaporeon, in terms of combat power. However, my Jolteon is slightly stronger than my previous strongest Pokemon, so definitely don't want to underestimate that. It might not be as amazingly impressive as the Vaporeon is. And wow, okay, the Vaporeon has a Hydro Pump, so that's even better. That kind of makes up for how terrible this thing turned out to be. This thing was a bit of a disappointment. I'm actually going to power it up just a little bit, see how much it gains. Plus 37? That's not bad, but it's not amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any spare Eevee Candy to power up the Vaporeon. But the reason I didn't nickname it Reina in order to get a Vaporeon is because I want to wait until I have a perfect Eevee. If I manage to get myself a perfect Eevee, that will probably be the point where I'll nickname it Reina, so that I can get the highest CP evolution possible, basically. But yeah, I think that kind of covers it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really just me documenting how much stronger and how far forward I've come just from that one session with the lucky egg. I have now put my Gyarados ahead of my Vaporeon, which I maybe didn't actually want to do, but I got a bit carried away. Anyway, that's it, guys. So you can see I've got a very new batch of strong Pokemon here. Definitely looking forward to using these. I'm hoping at some point I might be able to record myself taking on a few gyms, kind of laying some of these guys into those gyms. And yeah, that could be interesting. Not sure if I'm going to do it for sure, but definitely like the idea of that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.